Today we're on 2.4, which includes two, and I think there are actually a couple three-step equations. So we're going to explore something that you know how to do, but you don't know why you do it. If I had 4x minus 6 equals 18, how do I solve that? Add 6 and then divide by 4. Now, the question is, why do you do the 6 first and the 4 second? Jersey? No. Hannah? But aren't both of those numbers attached to the x? The 4 is attached through multiplication, and the 6 is attached through subtraction. So why do the 6 first? No, that's not it. Because you do. Good. So, for several years, your math teachers have taught you got to get the 6 away so that you can do the 4, which is true, but they didn't tell you why that's the case. So, the 4 is held to the x through multiplication. The 6 is held to the x through subtraction. Okay? So, if I were to have this, 2 times 3 plus 5, what would I do first? 2 times 3, how come? Order of operations. So, this would be step 1, and this would be step 2. Now, up on the wall, there's a sign that was here when I moved in. Order of operations, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. I don't like that because, we went over this. So, pedal works better for me because it reminds me that division and multiplication are at the same level and addition and subtraction are at the same level. So, here is how you solve equations. You ready? Pedal backward. Okay, so let's focus on the x. Look at the x. According to pedal, what happens to the x first? It gets multiplied by 4, right? Why the 4 and not the 6? No, not 6 is a number. Why does the x get hit by the 4 first and the 6 second? Multiplication. So some of you are working ahead. Watch this because they're going to get more complicated. So if I focus on the x and I look at pedal, are there any parentheses? No. Are there any exponents? No. Is there any division or multiplication? Yes. So we do that first. Okay. Is there any addition or subtraction? Yes. So that is second. This would be step 1, and that would be step 2. Okay. Now, this is my favorite joke of the year. Equations are like ogres. They have layers. So, how do you get to the center of this onion? You have to peel the layers off one at a time. You apparently haven't seen the movie. So, we have to take out the outside layer. Our goal is to figure out what x equals. But x is shrouded in 2 layers. The inner layer is multiplication and the outer layer is subtraction, so we have to undo the outer layer first. So I need to undo step 2 by adding 6. And then 4x equals 24. Divide by 4. And I get x equals 6. So your math teachers were right. You've got to get rid of the 6 before you can get to the 4, but they probably never bothered to tell you why. Because multiplication is higher on the list than subtraction. And you have to go through the order of operations in reverse. Okay? So what if I had this? Okay. So look at x. So everybody look at the x. What is the first thing that hits the x? No, not the 2. Remember pedal. Parentheses first. So this is step 1. What happens to the x second? The multiplication is step 2. So when I solve, I have to pedal backwards. I divide by 2 because that is the outside layer. And then add 4. You guys get that? Yeah, oh, you could. So that's true. You could put the 2 in and then solve it. But you don't have to. All right. What about this? All right, let's focus on the x. Your mask. You really don't. No, you're not. You keep grabbing it and pulling it down. No touchy. No touchy. So, look at the x. Which one of those numbers hits the x first? The 2. So that's step 1. What hits the x second? So this is step 2, and this is step 3. So to solve this, I need to undo step 3, and then undo step 2, and undo step 1. How do I undo divide by 3? Multiply by 3. So 6 minus 2x. Now I need to move the 6. How do I move the 6? Subtract 6. Negative 2x equals 12. Divide by negative 2. And I get x equals negative 6. And by the way, what does negative 6 mean in this equation? That's what x equals, but what does that mean? Right. If we go back to the original equation, 6 is the, wow, that was weird. Negative 6 is the only value that I can plug in here and then end up with 6. So let's try it. So 6 times negative 2 times negative 6 over 3. Negative 2 times negative 6 is negative 12. 6 minus positive 12, sorry. 6 plus 12 is 18, and 18 divided by 3 is 6. That's the only number that works. Thank you. I knew I could count on you. All right. What are the steps here? This is more complicated than what you're going to do. But, so this would be step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. So now I need to solve in reverse order. I would multiply by 3, subtract 6, divide 2, and add 4. Okay, and we're not going to do that today. That's more complicated than what your assignment says today. So, get to work.